Hello everybody and welcome to my video, Getting Tidier. I hope you're all well and thank you so much for my new subscribers that have just joined us all. Welcome to you all. Please do add in the comments if you haven't done already where you're from. We love to hear where you're from and I always like seeing the snapshot of the different countries that people are from. So in the top 5, we've got England, United States, Australia, Canada and Germany. And then the top 10 goes to follow on is Ireland, Netherlands, France, Poland and Spain. So the first few clips will show what I'm going to be including in this video. It's all a bit crazy here with so many things here, there and everywhere, as I think it is for many of you that are putting Christmas decorations up. So you can see here in the video how the kitchen has gotten a bit of a muddle. Various reasons for that. My time has been spent working and sorting other things in the house, bringing down all the Christmas boxes, emptying the Christmas boxes, taking the Christmas boxes back, which you'll see me doing a little bit of that in this video. Also, some of my days have been particularly busy. So like Tuesday, I worked for a little while in Norwich, then I went all the way out to Great Yarmouth and back to Norwich. Wednesday morning was quite nice. I did a bit of shopping in the morning and then came back and worked. I had planned to take the whole of Wednesday off, as I said in my last video, but that was just impossible because I'd got a meeting on Thursday and I hadn't finished the slide pack. And the meeting on the Thursday is the one that I chair. So I needed to put all the slide pack and everything together, and I also needed to do some bits on Wednesday evening. So Wednesday evening, it was a family birthday, so we had dinner with family, but then afterwards I needed to go to guides and then finish off some work. So I had to do some work on Wednesday afternoon in order to be able to chair my meeting on Thursday. That kind of went quite well, although I was not happy at the beginning of it because my husband was getting ready to go out and he went upstairs and started sorting stuff out in the same room, and I don't wear a headset, so it's quite difficult. You can just hear all this background noise at the same time as me trying to concentrate. And then today I worked all day. Today was my long day, so I started work at about 8:30ish and finished about 5:15ish. Had a very brief break for lunch, but pretty much worked all the way through and managed to get quite a lot of things done that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, which is really good. I keep thinking about my next week though. I've got a couple of things at the weekend that I'm looking forward to. So I'm going to Moana with my daughter, the new Disney Moana film, which would be nice. And then Saturday we're finishing off putting the decorations in the house, in theory. And then Sunday we're thinking about going to church, and then I'm taking my nephew out, and then we're going to look at some lights around Norfolk. So we've got some nice things that we're looking forward to. But also next week I've just got so much booked in because I'm getting ready for the holidays. I'm going to have some holiday, and I do often feel that just before my holiday, literally leading up to my holiday, and when I come back off holiday, you kind of feel like, did I actually have a break? Because there's so much that I try to pack in beforehand. So for example, on Tuesday, I've got a face-to-face event that I'm introducing and presenting at. The people who I'm speaking to, they were trying to get me to deliver the whole thing, and you'll laugh at me. You remember I had my thing where I was saying no to something every single day? I said no. She said to me a couple of weeks ago, oh, we'd really like you to deliver the whole thing. And I said, I'm afraid with my current workloads, I'm not in a position to do that. And so she said, okay, that's fine. Are you able to introduce and are you able to sum up? I said, yeah, that's fine. I'll put some slides together. They asked me to put some slides together about 2 weeks ago, but I just haven't had the capacity to do that. I'm working such long hours at the moment. And then I worked on the pack yesterday and had a meeting yesterday with them. And she said again, oh, well, I thought that I'd just do the introduction and then I thought I'd hand over to you for the rest of the event. And I thought I knew this was coming. So I said, oh, no, I know I don't have capacity for that. I said, I'm happy to do the introduction like we discussed. And I'm quite happy because if you're delivering the whole thing yourself, then you put time aside, won't you, to do it all? Anyway, I've got that in the morning on Tuesday and I'm doing the school run because my husband's in London. So at the moment, I'm just thinking about how I've got to do everything and get there on time and find parking. Anyway, and then in the afternoon, I'm doing some work for job number 2. And then Wednesday, I'm on the other side of Norfolk, very close to Suffolk. Then I'm back into Norwich and then I'm back into Yarmouth. And in the evening, I've got Christmas concerts. Oh, I should also say, I've got a Christmas concert on Tuesday evening too. And then Thursday evening, I've got my job number 1 Christmas event and lunch, which will be nice. And in the evening, for job number 2, I asked my line manager if we were having a Christmas event. And she said yes. And she said, are you free on that date? I said yes. And then she announced what we were doing. Have I told you this before? Oh, man. This is what she's booked. She's booked for us to do axe throwing and beer pong. Now, I did not know what really either of those was. I had a good guess, obviously, at axe throwing, but I had no idea what beer pong was. And I know you know me a little bit. Can you guess that is not my cup of tea? Really is not my cup of tea at all. But I had to think to myself, what would 19-year-old Emma have done? A 19-year-old Emma would have gone along with it and she'd have just done it and had a go and had fun. So I'm going to take the attitude of that I'm going to go along and I'm going to just go with the flow. And then I won't be out late on the 12th because on the 13th I'm delivering a training session, online training session for people that are paying to listen to me. And then I've got various meetings all afternoon. And then I can start thinking about winding down for Christmas, which I'm quite pleased about. And I should have said today, not only did I work all day, my meeting the other day that couldn't go ahead, I moved it to tonight. And I really did not want to go, but I thought I'm going to get this meeting out of the way and then that's it for this particular piece of work. So that was quite good, but it did mean that I had obviously a very long day today. So, big news, 3,000 followers. I've got to 3,000 followers and I can't quite believe it. Andrea was right. She said you'll be there really soon. I thought I'm not going to be there really soon. She was right. So it's time to do my giveaway. Now, I'm not going to be announcing winners in this video. You'll have to look out for that very, very soon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to list the people's names that have commented on my post to say they're interested in being part of my giveaway. Now, as someone rightly told me, YouTube require me to have rules. So I need to make it very clear, and I've put this on my community page, that YouTube are not in any way involved in my giveaway. I'm solely responsible for the giveaway. My giveaway is free to those entering or winning. And there's no cost, so I will pay postage. YouTube's not involved in any way. YouTube is not a sponsor, and I'm required to say that YouTube doesn't have any liability connected to my giveaway. In terms of privacy, I will not store any personal data. So I will use your contact details. And then after I've used your contact details, I will delete them, your name and address, okay? Now, the people who have added comments on my post, this is the list that I've got. If you are interested in my giveaway, please add your name to one of my videos. Just say on this video, yes, I'm interested in the draw. So I've made 4 macrame hangers, or macrame if you're somewhere else in the world. Macrame hangers for indoor plants. So I don't want to truck up someone's house who does not have indoor plants indoors. So it's only for those people that have commented that are interested. So on my list, I've got Jane Mercer, I've got Michelle Agren, LV Frankie, Lizzie from Wales, Holly Oz, Pam Woodard, Miss Shareed, Budgie Bardot, Anne 6052, Jessica Stedman, Linda Hayes, Carrie Rawson, Barbara Palmore, Runs Mornings, Nan Holmes, Holly 782, High Forest, Chris Rules 1014, Judith Woomer, Katrina Valles, Teresa 469 from Belfast, and Elsie, I put Butterbee, I think that might be Butterfly. Yeah. So if anyone else is interested, then please do comment on any one of my videos. I will add their names to the list and I will do my grand giveaway. So I'm going to go through some of your comments now, and thank you so much for taking the time to add comments to my channel. Really means so much to me. I love reading the comments. Oh, I don't know if you could hear in the background, my washing machine is telling me that it's finished, but I shall do that after I've finished this voiceover. So first comment is from Virginia Goss, and she says, oh, thank you for reading my comment and giving me your kind words of taking it easy. My dad actually moved into a long-term care home just yesterday. Aww. After 9 weeks in hospital, I'm so pleased that he's out of hospital, Virginia. I'm so pleased, and I hope he's settling okay. So Virginia says, after 9 weeks in hospital, he's finally settled now in a permanent home. Before coming 9 weeks ago, he was living alone in his own home and very smart and fit for 92. He came down with double pneumonia and a UTI and just never really recovered mentally and physically. He's still on oxygen, but now we have him signed up for physical therapy at the nursing home, and we hope it will help him get back to walking. Please say a prayer that he does well. He's gone through so much grief in the past 3 years. He's lost a daughter to brain cancer, our mum from dementia, and a son from digestional tract cancer. Oh my goodness, and I went through breast cancer. Even though I miss my sister, mum and brother so much, I worry about him. He's a strong man and I love him fiercely. Oh my goodness, Regina, how absolutely awful. He's gone through that, but then you've gone through all of that as well. How awful. And she says, I love your video, Emma, today. I just felt like a family member to this beautiful community you have created. What a lovely, lovely post, and quite a few other people have liked that post. I will say a prayer. I hope he's okay. I hope he's settled in. I know from personal experience with family members that it's very, very difficult when people get admitted to hospital, and many people then don't get back on their feet. I know someone as a very close family friend, an uncle, the same thing happened to. He went into hospital and he ended up being bedbound. It's just so dreadful that someone's been so independent and done so well until he was 92. So I'll pray that he settles in and that he gets stronger each day. Obviously with UTI and being dehydrated, he's got to drink lots. That often happens. That affects your mental health. So I really hope that he's doing okay. And I hope you're doing okay, because you've been through a great deal. So many people on this channel do believe in the power of prayer, so we'll all pray for both of you. Rebecca Corser Wallace says, I love your new basket. I managed to get to the GP to put Richard's new meds on his prescription. Richard's been up and down this week and he's really missing his bands. So that was, well, just over nearly 2 weeks ago, that comment. So Rebecca, how are you doing? And how's Richard getting on with these new medicate with this new medication. Is that helping him? I hope it is. Cynthia says, I was so pleased to learn that 5 bags went out of the house to the charity shop. Progress is being made. My late father-in-law used to stand behind me and look over my shoulder while I was cooking. It drove me nuts, but he never criticised my cooking. Probably because he was looking to learn from you, Cynthia. Could it have been that? Regarding my recent good news about my health, my doctor has been working with me for years to help me with the diabetes, and we decided the weight loss would be most beneficial. He's very unlike the GPs you were talking about. I had a laugh picturing you neatly folding your clothes with the KonMari method and standing them up in your drawers. Oh. I hope your husband's birthday celebration was memorable. It's funny with people whose birthdays at the end of November, because it gets forgotten very quickly, and then we start thinking about Christmas. And my husband took his birthday cards down actually yesterday. I was going to take them down, but he took them down. Our next comment is from Louise Tilbrook. And Louise says, I've been watching your garden videos. I'm actually on disability pension and I've got a lot of health issues. And she enjoys spending time with her garden. And she's got a lot of issues, kidney issues, thyroid, skeletal and anxiety. And do you know, I replied to that post, but for some reason my post just disappeared. So I hope you're okay, Louise. It sounds tough, but she says that the sunset really helps her mood. I think it's so important to spend some time outside. Next comment is from Rainey Milliman. And Rainey says, that's such a neat idea with the treasure hunt. The advent calendar is the best kind when you can reuse it year after year. Nowadays, people buy the ones that are all made up and just throw them away when they're empty. I have one that was given to my husband that had different whiskies in it. It was quite a large box and was very decorative. So I've kept all the empty bottles. I'm thinking about using them for spices possibly. Or if that's small bottles, I'd use them for elderberry syrup. That's what I'd do. But Rainey says, I also saved the box and have watched people make things out of cardboard and fabric or coloured papers on YouTube. It has inspired me to repurpose the beautiful box with foam and fabric and a few bits of cardboard and use it to store mementos from my dad or something of that nature. I have some Dapino silk fabric that just happens to be green, so I'll be using that as a future project. Wow, that sounds lovely. Also sounds like Rainey is very, very good at craft. So I commented back and said it sounds really lovely to use something in a different way. Sandy says, what a lovely idea. And Brooke said, recently I saw a video where a woman gave her husband an advent calendar. Evidently he'd never had one before and she did not realise it because he opened up one of the paper doors from the middle and then ripped the whole box open so he could see all of the contents before she could stop him. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? Things that people take for granted, and not everyone's perhaps had one. Sandy says, I love the idea of the hunts you do for your daughter. Such a sweet thing to do. Nan Holmes says, hi Emma from North Carolina, and happy Thanksgiving to my fellow Americans. And then Brooke says, isn't it the best feeling to get rid of things out of your house? Our donation pile sits at the bottom of the stairs. Last Saturday, my mum told me she'd read on Facebook the place we donate would be closing until December the 1st because they're relocating. Thankfully, there was someplace else we could drop off our goods. That's good. You want to find somewhere else where you can get rid of things. I understand what you mean about not coming away from a meeting with much useful information. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for training I'm part of to end. It's supposed to be an 18-month training, but it ended up running from July 23 through to April 25. One of the major insurance companies require that clinicians are trained in this modality, but many of us are overqualified. Dear. That's hard because you feel like you're just not using your time in the best way. Sometime it'd be good to do a refrigerator clean out during one of your videos. Yeah, I do need to do a big old clean of my fridge and my freezer. I always wonder which countries use the expression to Australia. In the United States, we say, dig to China. Really? So I commented back about that. And yeah, I said about this the meeting that I attended that evening, just driving all the way out to Great Yarmouth, and then there wasn't really any use to the meeting. Apart from I did learn something from one man on my table, which was good. So that was pleasing. Carolyn says the only advent calendars I've seen are already filled in. Carolyn also said I should treat myself to another basket. Paper Playground says the village and train are awesome. Blessings from Texas. How are you, Paper Playground? Holly782 says, oh, thank you for showing the village. That's amazing. Thank you. You're very welcome. We've added a bit more to it. I think my nephews are going to be quite excited when they come round. Budgie Bardot says, hi Emma, I had some things stored at my grandparents' house. I believe the backpack bags are bought from Argos. I was amazed when I cleared their house out. These have lasted 12 years in suitcases in a garage. All was still good, and I'm now enjoying the clothes again. Wow, that's fantastic. So they were your things that were stored at your grandparents', but they still fit you and you could still wear them. That's good. That's very good. Sandy says, dinner rolls are those you can buy that just need heating up. Great job today. Okay, I know what the silk pie is. And I did reply about heating rolls. I said, we have rolls made with cheese, meat, fish, etc. And did she mean bread rolls? And Sandy said, yes, bread rolls that just need a few minutes in the oven to brown the tops and warm up. And then you put the ingredients inside. Is that what you mean? They're nice, they are, but do you know I stopped eating them? Patty Williams says, oh my goodness, the train and villagers are the cutest. What we've got to do though is all the wood that my husband bought, we've now got to bring that upstairs and put in the cupboards. So that'll be funny. M. Faircloth said, hello Emma and hubby. You two lovebirds are such a power couple. I love rugby too. Does he enjoy league or union? Oh, do you know what? I don't know. I don't know which one he follows. Someone asks me what American football he followed, and he's a big fan of the San Francisco 49ers. Have I said that right? And many years ago, when they played against Philadelphia, is it? He rang up my uncle in America and spoke to him. My uncle was really pleased that my husband had rung. M says, you have been so committed to your Getting Tidier journey throughout the year. Thank you so much for showing up for us as your viewers multiple times a week. I'm so excited to continue watching your journey to all the nooks and crannies, every corner of the house through 2025. We'll be in the shed sooner than you think. Also, very much enjoy keeping up with your life, jobs and daughter's progress through school. My advice is always keep decluttering and to remember it always looks worse before it looks better. That is an absolutely super motivational comment, Em. Thank you very much. The next comment is from Jane Mercer 4. And she says, hi Emma, I love the Lego village and the little train rattling by. It's so cute. My son is 33 and loves Lego, and now my grandson, who's 4, loves it too. That's all he's asked Father Christmas for. I hope you have a good week. I can't wait till the next video. Oh, that's nice comments. I hope Father Christmas brings him lots of Lego. I think Lego is so good in so many different ways, because it gives you the skills to follow through like the booklet, which I think you can draw parallels with that with things as an adult where you have to go through a manual, like flat pack furniture and that sort of thing. So I think it's good for that. And also I think it's good to then use the Lego and create something completely different and be creative with Lego. I think it's fantastic stuff. Stacey from Virginia says, I'll have to try the artichokes roasted. That sounds good. Carrie Rawson says, wow, what an amazing job you're doing with the cleaning. I love your Lego village. I put my tree up at the weekend and my 3-year-old grandson, who is just understanding Christmas, walks in with the biggest smile. Wow, I love it, Gigi. It's so big. Look, it's got a sparkling star. My word, it made it so much more worthwhile, the stress getting up. Children make Christmas. Oh, how lovely. That must have been such a precious, precious moment. I did reply and said, yes, I 100% agree with my daughter because my daughter's getting very excited. And we have got a few elves in the house. Now, most of the time they don't do much. But the other night they were in the bathroom and havoc had been wreaked. Oh. Teresa said, another great video, Emma. Your poor little daughter getting tired. My daughter used to be the same. I think if they are hard workers at school, we don't realise. My daughter dances well and driven like your daughter. So funny, the story about the sofa. That made me laugh out loud. And I agree, the lady you dealt with the theatre, that's totally disgusting. Sorry if that's dramatic, but if that's how she looks at things, I wouldn't want to be her friend. You are so kind, and as I say, we reap what we sow. Keep on being you. Enormous praise for your decluttering journey. Look how far you've come, so keep going and your life will become easy and minimal. You're a great worker, and it's bound to have a huge impact and turnaround. We are all rooting for you. What an absolutely lovely comment that Teresa's taken the time to post there. Thank you so much. And she finishes by saying the Lego train set is so magical and clever and lovely memories for you as a family. So this last part of the video, I thought you might like to see a few clips of my trip into Norwich on Wednesday morning. So come with me as I walk through the city. I got in the city at just after 8:30 and it was so quiet. So as I went from place to place, I took a few minutes to take a couple of little videos so you could get a flavour of one of the best cities in England. I won't say in the whole of the United Kingdom because I don't know the United Kingdom well enough, having only gone to Scotland once, Wales once, and Ireland. Well, I've been to Northern Ireland once, but certainly this is one of the best cities in England, and it's not that far away from London. So if you travel to London, you can also visit Norwich. Now, I also want to talk to you a little bit about Peter the Wild Boy, because I know lots of you like history. Now, Peter was actually born in Germany. In 1785, he was born in northern Germany, and he was found living wild in the woods. They didn't know who his parents were. He lived almost like how an animal might live. He survived by eating things from the forest. He walked on all fours, and he behaved quite unusually and was unable to be taught any form of language. Now, they don't know that much, but they think he might have had a rare genetic disorder, but they're not certain. But then what happened was George I went to Germany, and they decided to bring Peter to Great Britain by order of one of the sort of extended family members. But what happened was when he was brought to Great Britain, obviously there was great fascination with Peter. And I think he probably appeared in some sort of like some of these types of show, you know, where people go along and have a look at people. But Caroline, who was the Princess of Wales at the time, was very interested in Peter's welfare. And as sort of the initial public interest began to subside, she asked for somebody to try to support him with his education. But nobody could teach him to speak, read or write. Now, where it gets connected to Norwich, and this is why Norwich is the city of stories, that's what they say, it was very, very odd. So if you look online, you can read a little bit more about it, but he was not very well for a period of time, and he was looked after by various different people, and there was money left for him to be given, to ensure that he was cared for. But then suddenly, in 1751, Peter completely went missing, and he couldn't be traced anywhere. There was lots of information that went out and advertisements that went out to try and find him, but nobody could. And then the same year, that was quite late on in the year, there was a big fire in Norwich. And this fire spread, and unfortunately, the local prison became full of smoke and flames. So in a great hurry, people were released in order for people not to die. And there was one person who someone recognised. And they actually described the man as looking a bit like a monkey, and then somebody recognised him from a description in a London newspaper. And they decided that he must be the Peter the Wild Boy. Nobody knows how he got from one part of the country all the way to Norwich. So Hertfordshire was where he was living. Nobody knows. But he lived to about the age of about 70. And he was looked after. But he could only say about 2 words, and he could hum a song. So I thought that you'd be interested in that, because we've got the prison is still there in Norwich, and we've got various things around the city that are connected to Peter the Wild Boy. So I thought you'd find that interesting. And then right at the end here, you'll see a video of some Christmas decorations that we drove all the way to go and see, as one house has got loads, and then other houses have joined in, and they do it all for charity, which is really, really lovely, and we really enjoyed having a little look at them all. So I hope you've enjoyed my video. Thank you so much for your support and your encouragement and motivation. I very much appreciate it all, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!